This edition of To My Way of Thinking, sort of Black History Month retrospective. This month, we're sort of concentrating on policing. You've already heard from ex-FBI agent Quentin Williams of Miami, and he's also been an FBI instructor and his thoughts on policing. But we're going to take a look back in time at a couple of officers from Jacksonville, Florida. One we're going to take a ride with, the other we're going to listen to his thoughts on Black policing. Both of these officers served at the end of the segregated era when Black officers could not arrest white people, and served on into the 90s. Let's first take a ride with Retha.
We took a ride with Officer Retha Smith. She is a veteran of 13 years. Also distinctive is that she is the first of only 13 Black women presently on the force. She patrols the north side of Jacksonville.
I find that we have more problems somewhat. For one thing, it is challenging in itself for anyone. And being a female and Black, I think it's going to be we face more problems. It's more of a challenge from day to day.
Any difference between the ladies that come on the force, that have been on the force in the last 2 to 3 years, and in deference to what it was like when you came on 13 years ago?
Oh, yes. I think the atmosphere is more lax for them. I think we're getting used to females being on the department. It's now just taken every day as another officer coming on, not look at as a female coming on the department.
What's going on in the communities that you travel? How do they react to you?
Well, they still look at me as amazing. When I'm traveling, cars will pull up alongside them and look to see if there's really a female driving that car, as if to say. And the Black, I get a lot of problems from. They keep questioning, you've forgotten where you come from, because they expect you to deviate from the laws, to do favors from, because you are Black and you're in a Black neighborhood, so therefore you shouldn't treat us as the law says. Because they really try to test you. And I'm not going to be put in a position for that. So I guess in a way you can say I am harder somewhat on my own race.
History Month perspective on policing. Wanted to take a conversation with one of the more prolific Black police officers of his time. He came into service right at the end of the period of segregation where Black police officers couldn't arrest white people, and was able to serve quite admirably during his time. Anthony Rogers served as head of the Black Police Officers Association. Here are his words of policing back in 1988.
For making sure that Black officers increase in number on the Jacksonville Police Force has been Officer Anthony Rogers, president of the Brotherhood of Police Officers. Anthony, why is it necessary to have a Black police organization?
Fred, Black police organizations are necessary due to the fact that the unique problems that Blacks have in law enforcement, whereas there are human and civil rights violations that are committed by cities and police departments all over the country.
But this is 1988 now. Why should we have that, especially within the unit, the force that is responsible for maintaining law and order?
Well, the administrations change in various departmental agencies, but some of those concepts that people have not changed. And therefore, in not only Jacksonville, but other cities as well, discriminations still exist in police departments.
Now, you're not a union, you're an organization, that's correct?
That's right. We're an organization that deals with our members' human and civil rights. We will challenge anyone that will violate those rights.
What has been the reaction to officers? You've been on the force now for a decade and a half. What's been the reaction of young officers just coming in to what, of course, has been happening for years and years on the force, to things that you continue to talk about?
A lot of the young guys can't believe that this exists. A lot of them grew up and attended integrated high schools and then grew up in integrated neighborhoods. And they don't think that discrimination is as now as it was in the 60s. But not only, like I said, in our department, but other police departments as well, there are certain units and sections that Blacks are not allowed to work in.
The stress of police life is the same for any cop, no matter what the color. But as with all other things in life in the South, in America, when you're black, they seem to be noticed more.